Starting in the goal, number 30, Charles Grant. And left defense, number 7, Rick Vincent. And right defense, number 24, Andy Simpson. The starting forward line for Dartmouth, and left wing, number 15, Brandon McNally. And the center, number 11, Eric Bailey. And right wing for Dartmouth, number 14, Grant Hopkins.
Houston to get on the air for Engineers Baseball. For more information or to express interest, contact us at wrpi-sports@rpi.edu.
And you are listening to WRPI Troy with Engineer Hockey from the Houston Fieldhouse. Kurt Stutt, Tom Reel on the call for you tonight. Game 3, final and deciding game of this ECAC first-round matchup. RPI took the game Friday night 4-1. It was Dartmouth last night 3-2. Winner tonight goes on. Loser tonight doesn't play again the rest of the year. Well, okay, the rest of the season they'll be playing in the fall. Charles Grant is in goal to my left for the Dartmouth Big Green. Scott Diebold in goal to my right for the RPI Engineers. It's RPI going right to left. Dartmouth left to right across your radio dial in period number 1. Engineers come in under head coach Seth Appert, 15-15-6 overall, 8-9-5 in the ECAC. That's 7th. Bob Gaudette coaches the Dartmouth Big Green, 9-18-4 overall, 7-13-2 in the ECAC. That was tied for 10th. They got the 10th seat based on a tiebreaker. Chip McDonald and Andy O'Brien are the referees. Glenn Cook and Jim Briggs are the linesmen. Dartmouth wins the opening draw. Neutral zone. They'll turn it right over to Zaleski. It's fed back to LaBeouf. To Leonard on the far side. Neutral zone Zaleski. He pokes it around and loses the puck. McNally has it and drives it into the RPI zone. Diebold stops it behind the Engineers' net. Diebold sends it around the boards over to the near ice side. Out towards the point. Simpson will retreat. He won't pinch. Zaleski has it to Haggerty in the middle. Haggerty crosses the blue line. Gets crunched. Puck goes behind the net. Engineers get it. Higgs has it. Turns around. Going right in front of the net. Ping-pongs around and the Engineers can't get a handle on that. No shot. Opperman gets the red line as he enters the neutral zone and dumps the puck into the near corner of the RPI zone. Behind the Engineers' net, RPI's there. Haggerty gets it out of the zone. It was tipped, no icing as the puck goes all the way down ice. Bolt takes it for Dartmouth in the near ice corner. Behind the net for Hartley. He goes up left wing side, cross ice pass to Mosi. He crosses into the RPI zone, near half boards, back out to the point. Bolt takes a shot, saved by Diebold. First shot on net, I believe, in this game.
I think it was, and that was a shot that came from a long ways out and was one that Scott Diebold had to beat on every inch of the way. There was no one anywhere near that shooting lane. All he had to do was get a lock on the puck. He was right in the perfect place to stop it. And the faceoff will be to his left with 18:57 left in the first period.
Dartmouth wins the faceoff. Back to Bolt at the point. Half boards. The Engineers get in the way of that, and they'll clear it out. Miller comes in to take the puck. Schrader's up near the blue line. Miller crosses the blue line. Brings the puck in. It's in the far corner. This is to the left of Grant. Engineer that Schrader gets knocked down. Dartmouth with the puck. Big Green, cross ice. At the blue line, kept in as it went off the body of Hartley, and Dolan was able to turn around and keep it in the zone. Dartmouth gets it along the far half boards, and now they're out as RPI switched up personnel. Backhander goes into the RPI zone. Dartmouth is changing all 5. Minute 40 gone by here in the first. No score. RPI versus Dartmouth. Neutral zone. Bokenfor off the glass, sends it into the Dartmouth zone. Behind the net, Engineers dig it out. Centering pass goes off the bottom of the net. Dartmouth can't clear along the half boards as Bubella got in the way of the puck. Now to the far corner. Big Green have trouble playing with this. And Bubella comes in, takes the puck, goes behind the net, feeds it out front, goes off Neal's skate, and again, puck in front, but no shot from RPI. Bly out of the zone, crosses the blue line, near side. Dartmouth couldn't stop the puck from going out. Glove down by Neal, he gets it out of the zone. It goes right to Hartley. And cross ice to Simpson into the neutral zone. And here goes O'Brien. He dumps the puck in. He'll go back for a change. Bly, I think his line, he's part of that line. He's still out there. Now he's going to go back to the bench for a change as the Engineers have the puck. In front of the RPI bench directly below us, Neal sends it in towards the net. That is stopped by Grant. And that'll be RPI's first shot on goal if they credit that. Doesn't go up on the scoreboard just yet. Simpson has the puck in front of his net. Neutral zone. Hits goes right back to Nickerson. He crosses the blue line. Far side. Shot. Safety ball. Big rebound taken away by Fulton. Fulton gets the puck to the neutral zone. Dumped in by the Big Green. They have to touch up. Engineers bring the puck across the blue line. Fulton neutral zone. He crosses to the Dartmouth zone. His shot gets tipped, goes up, hits the glass to the far side, and the Big Green get it out of there. Neutral zone. Neely, with 2 goals last night, has it on the near side. Looking for Opperman, who didn't see where the puck was. It was behind him. And that allows RPI to get it out of the zone. Back to Bolt. D to Kirk. Opperman neutral zone. Over the center ice circle. Lost it. Gets it back again. Shot saved by Diebold. Probably was going high, but he'll glove it down for the whistle.
We heard Seth Effort before the game talk about RPI playing with the puck behind the Dartmouth net. That's the area that used to be called Mr. Gretzky's office. He'd set up right behind the opposing net and decide where he wanted to distribute the puck. They've done that twice already in this game, and both times I think they were just a little bit unlucky not to get a clean pass and started ping-ponging around. But if it had been a clean pass on either of those times, you'd get a decent scoring opportunity.
Engineers win the draw back in their own zone, and they'll get it out. 16.5 to go, first period, no score. Zaleski gloves it down in the Dartmouth zone, can't settle it, though. And loose to Haggerty. Haggerty shot, score!
Well, when the going gets tough for the Engineers this season, there's one name that they've needed to call on time and time again. Usually a good omen when he scores a goal. Very early in this one, it's Ryan Haggerty picking up a loose puck, skating towards the net, slipping it 5-hole. Talked about the need to set the tone in this one. An early goal will do that with some frequency. Engineers take a 1-0 lead.
Bounced around, couldn't be settled, and Haggerty got it. Nice move to get it away from Pinkston and puts RPI up 1-0. Dartmouth wins the draw. Hartley dumps the puck in. Near ice corner, Sakura stops Karate from getting it up along the boards. Right in front of the net skates Karate, and he gets away with that. Puck's to the neutral zone. Knocked back into the RPI zone. Engineers near side in front of their bench. They'll get it, or lose it actually. Beamish takes it for Dartmouth. Feeds it back to Hartley. Hartley on the far side. Sends it in. Diebold stops it behind the net. Pressure coming from behind him. He just gets rid of the puck. Puck in the near corner. Dartmouth into the middle, down low, looking to feed it right out front. Loose, and no shot taken by Dartmouth as the puck stays in the slot. Now a shot from the far side by Pinkston hits off the bottom of the net. Dartmouth was looking for that final pass to get a shot off as the puck was in the slot, but it kept moving away from the net as the Engineers get it out of trouble. It goes in towards Grant. He gloves it down and puts it on the ice. 1-0 Engineers lead here. 15-20 to go in the first. O'Brien has the puck on his stick near side. His shot saved by Diebold. Rebound comes out just over skated by Shearhorn, and then he goes into the net to stop play.
Engineers' first goal of this game is from Ryan Haggerty, his 28th goal of the season. Those assists going to Brock Higgs for his 16th helper of the year, and Mike Zaleski his 17th assist of the season. Time of that even strength goal, 3:39 of the first period. RPI leads 1-0 with 15:11 left in the first period.
Faceoff comes outside the zone because Shearhorn knocked the net off its moorings. Bly versus Bubella. O'Brien and Neal get a lesson from Cook, the linesman. And loose in front of the RPI bench. Finally, the Engineers will take command. Bubella crosses the blue line, gets knocked down right after he moved the puck. That was a little unpleasant for him. Because of that, RPI can't follow up, and Dartmouth has it. Engineers prevent the breakout by Dartmouth. Big Green behind their net. Loose on the far side. Poked ahead by Leonard. Into the middle. Dartmouth moves the puck over to the far boards, but not out. Neal tries to backhand it into the corner. He's able to get it to LaLiberte, who backhands it blindly behind him. Puck goes behind the net to the near ice side. Engineers keep it in. LaLiberte behind the net. Near side for Neal. He gets knocked into the boards. That's a penalty coming up against Dartmouth. And RPI gets the first power play of the game.
Yep, the guilty party in this case is going to be Andy Simpson, junior out of Chesterfield, Missouri. See what the official call is. Could be a hit from behind, could be a cross-check. It is, in fact, a cross-check. Look at that, it only took me 2 tries. So the Engineers get the first man advantage of this game with 14:28 left in the first period. Their power play on the season is at 17%. That's 23 for 135. The penalty kill for Dartmouth, 78.6%.
Engineers win the face-off. Haggerty's shot goes off Bolt and misses. Dartmouth able to clear it around the boards and all the way down. Haggerty keeps it away from Beamish behind the RPI red line. Zaleski begins the rush up ice. Last night he was doing a lot of drop passes behind him. Doesn't get a chance, though, as he loses the puck in the neutral zone. Diebold has to stop that as it kind of went on net. 1.5 minutes to go on this RPI power play. Engineers lead 1-0, 6 minutes into tonight's game. Zaleski, blue line, red line, blue line. Zaleski into the zone, poked away, but it goes to Haggerty at the far point. He sends the puck near side for Higgs in the corner. LaLiberte behind the net eases it along. Neal couldn't get there. Haggerty has a face-off circle near side. LaLiberte was wide open, and the pass was just awry. No chance for a shot there. Neal sends off the back of the net. Engineers to Liberté in far half boards. Out towards Haggerty, and he misses it, and a break the other way. O'Brien going down alone against Diebold. Shot, save, rebound, score!
That's the risk the Engineers are taking on the power play by having 5 forwards out there. Haggerty couldn't control the pass at the point. O'Brien was stoned on the first opportunity, but he picked up his own rebound pretty deftly. He got right to it and just roofed it. A shorthanded goal for Dartmouth ties this one up at 1, and I really just have to underscore that's when you have a guy at the point who's not ready to be backing up if he can't control that puck, because forwards just aren't trained to do that. You end up with odd man rushes. We've been talking about it pretty much all weekend.
Diebold made the initial save, but the rebound went to his left, and O'Brien was fading left as he was going towards the net. Went right to him, and that's a goal. Tied at 1 here in Troy in the first period. Engineers still on the power play. Back to Leonard at the point on the far side. Near point, Dolan. Over to the right point for Leonard. Puck goes into the corner. Engineers still have it. Back to Leonard at the point. Near side, Dolan takes a shot, and it hits Mosey right out front, and almost another break here as Dempsey was just beaten a little bit by Leonard back to the blue line. So no second shorty for Dartmouth. McGowan sends the puck in. 10 seconds left on the power play. Engineers in the far corner. Tenorti tries to move it towards the net. Knocked behind by Grant. Engineers still in possession. Near corner, McGowan feeds it behind the net. Engineers back and forth behind the net, not out front. We're back to 5-a-side. Power play has expired. Engineers 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Dartmouth finally gets the puck out of the zone. They hit the linesman, which prevents it from going out of play into the Dartmouth bench, so the puck stays alive. 12:10 to go here in the first. Tied at 1 in Troy. Engineers on the near ice side. Neutral zone. Pass Schrader. Kingston stops it. Dumps it the other way. That's icing against Dartmouth, and I'm not sure what he was thinking there.
Well, I feel it might be time for me to inject a little opinion here. That's a high-risk position to be putting your team in sometimes, having 5 forwards out there. You have 5 guys that are handy with the puck and can shoot it. But at the end of the day, you get a turnover like that, especially deep in the shallow in the attacking zone near the blue line. You get odd man rushes pretty quickly. There wasn't just a one-on-one situation there. It was
2-on-0.
Yeah, it was 2-on-0 by that point.
And O'Brien didn't pass. He just took it himself. Engineers win the face-off after the icing in the Dartmouth zone. Big green clear. Sikora just has to go off his stick into the neutral zone. Engineers turned it around. Dartmouth trying to switch up personnel. Rogic to Schrader on the near side. Face-off circle. He waits. Backhander into the corner. Miller to Rogic in the corner. Trying to get away from Kingston. Schrader now comes in with the puck. Face-off circle into the middle. Miller couldn't redirect towards the front. Puck in the far corner. Hartley knocks Miller away. Miller now gets it again. Taken by Dartmouth and off somebody on the Dartmouth bench. That face-off should stay in the zone.
Looks like it's going to be just outside the Dartmouth zone, perhaps. That's where the linesman is lining up to drop it.
That's a little weird because Dartmouth knocked the puck into their own bench from their own zone.
Would not be the first time we were perplexed by the location of it.
Nobody's arguing, so we'll just live with that. 1-1 is your score. 11:20 to go in the first. Engineers win the draw. Drive it in. Puck's into the near corner. Dartmouth. Opperman along the boards. They'll get it out. McNally against Bokenforth. The dump in goes right to the Dartmouth D. Near side Simpson. Up ahead, intercepted by Neal. Neal gets hit off the play at the referee's crease, which is next to the RPI bench, which is below us. Kind of next to. Dartmouth with some time. McNally turns up ice to the blue line. Simpson knocks it ahead, and I'm not sure what he was thinking. Neely gets it and takes a shot, and that's saved by Diebold.
I think that save was a little more heart-wrenching than Scott Diebold wanted it to be. Had a beat on the puck, and then I think one of his own players might have been Bokenforth. Got right in front of him at the wrong time, and you're a goaltender with eyes on that puck. You want to make sure you're keeping it on there at every time, at every moment, but he ended up making the save nonetheless.
Lovejoy against Zaleski to the left of Diebold. This is a do-over. Everybody's different on the officiating crew from last night, correct?
That is
yes.
absolutely correct.
Yeah, that is correct. It's an entirely new officiating team out there.
Chip McDonald and Andy O'Brien, the referees, Glenn Cook and Jim Briggs, the linesman.
Dartmouth wins the faceoff. Shot goes off Higgs from Hartley at the point. Engineers clear it out. Hartley stops at neutral zone. D to D, Bolt. Hartley near side, off the glass. Pass Lovejoy, touched by LeBuff. He's got to swing at it in the slot to get it out of danger. Face-off circle, Dartmouth has it again. Backhanded towards net, off the side, loose. And Diebold has to make a save. As coming in was Dempsey from the face-off circle. Engineers just get it out past the point. And misplay it in the neutral zone. It'll get dumped in, but Haggerty was in a 2-on-4, didn't realize it, and tried to pass it back. From the neutral zone, puck goes in on net on the dump-in. Dartmouth was changing. Engineers with possession, near side, Zaleski. Beats back to LeBuff. Neutral zone, Haggerty. Haggerty backhands it in. Goes off for a change. RPI switching everybody. Dartmouth with possession. Cross ice, Fly handles the pass. Neutral zone, turns it right over to Rodgick, who has it poke checked away. Back to the Engineer D. Dolan and Bradley. Bradley near side. Tenorti gets it. He sends it down ice. Behind the net, around to the far ice side, in the corner. Engineers, Rodgick. Back to Dolan at the blue line. Dolan takes a shot. Goes off a Dartmouth stick. Loose out front. Turnaround shot by Fulton. Misses the net. Dartmouth near side. They clear it out. Can't rush down ice. Tenorti now has it. Engineers briefly would have had a 3-on-2. Tenorti's shot gets deflected off the stick of Pinkston and goes into the netting.
The scoring on the game-tying goal is Tim O'Brien for the Big Green, his 5th of the season. And it was unassisted. He's the one that grabbed the puck at the Dartmouth blue line after Haggerty was unable to get the pass to the point. Took it in all alone. Diebold made the initial save, but O'Brien scooped up his own rebound, put it top shelf at 6:38, a shorthanded tally for the Big Green.
Dartmouth wins the faceoff, headed down ice. 3 headed towards the net. Cross ice pass finds nobody. There were 2 RPID in the middle of that as well. Puck behind the net with Karardi. He's got it. Face-off circle, blue line, near side. Miller didn't see it behind him at first. Now dumps it in, and RPI's changing. Dartmouth, Mosi, neutral zone. Dartmouth can't control, loses to Pabella. He takes a shot, that deflects and goes into the netting. Is Dartmouth just not able to move through the neutral zone cleanly right now?
That's what it seems like. That's one thing the Engineers have going for them, is that they're sufficiently snapping up loose pucks in and around the Dartmouth blue line, which is benefiting them to some extent, but they're not turning that into pucks on net as the Big Green lead the shot total 10-3 right now.
Engineers face-off win back to the blue line. Shot saved from the far boards by Neal. It was saved by Grant. He just gloved that down. The rebound was taken by his D. Clarkson backhands the puck into the zone on a counterattack here. Opperman goes behind the net. LeBuff gets there first. Good positioning to get the puck. Gets his own pass off the boards. Doesn't get it out, though. Dartmouth keeps it in to Opperman, backhander to Neely at the far point, who sends it down ice. Glove down by Leonard, but he can't move it the other way, so it goes behind the Engineer net. Near side. Neal for RPI. Blue line. Cross ice to La Liberté. Sends the puck in. La Liberté looked like he was going to go up. Now he stays on the ice. RPI right out front. Get it to La Liberté in the slot, but he sends it off the bottom of the net just a little bit away from, well, being on net. Engineers get it to Pabella in a bad stick position. No chance for him to take a shot. Backhand attempt by La Liberté coming from the side of the net is blocked by the Dartmouth D. Engineers with some good opportunities there. Neutral zone. Neely now has it. Sends it cross ice. Offsides was McNally.
Yeah, McNally just a couple of strides over. You got to be sure of where your feet are when you're coming into the attacking zone. McNally received that pass a good 3 or 4 strides in. Well offsides by the time the puck got to his stick, so the face-off goes back out to center ice. With 7:36 left in the first period, we're tied at 1.
Big Green win that back to Simpson. He plays catch with Pinkston now along the far boards into the zone. Shot saved, Diebold rebound. Engineer D gets it. Bergdorfer gets the rebound off the Dempsey shot. Puck sent down ice by the Engineers. No icing. I think it was touched by a glove in the neutral zone. That was right below us. Dartmouth gives it to Higgs in the corner. Engineers trying to work it out front. Can't. It was stolen from Zaleski on a poke check. Puck stays in the zone, though. Karate pinch went all the way into the corner. Pass Zaleski behind the net. He's got it far ice boards. Off Haggerty skate. Back to Zaleski. Near side for Karate. Winds up. Takes a shot that hits off Higgs and goes into the netting. And I'm pretty sure it hit off Higgs, but they'll keep the puck inside the zone.
Yeah, it was a big rebound off of Higgs' shin pad that went up and out. Like you mentioned, it stays in the zone, and we don't see any complaints about it. So it is what it is, and the face-off is where it is. 6:56 left in the first period. RPI and Dartmouth tied at 1.
Rogic versus Bly. To the boards, Fulton has it. Behind the net, unfortunately, Hartley's the only person there. Dartmouth, neutral zone. Bly gets the red line, dumps the puck in. Far ice corner. Shearhorn back out towards the point. Hartley gets it and misses the net on a shot. He was also looking out front for somebody. Shot from the new boards is off the pads of Diebold over to the far ice side. Dartmouth with some pressure, but RPI is able to get it out of the zone. Engineers battle along the far boards. Back to the D. Bradley to Dolan. Back to Bradley. Bradley to Dolan. Fulton in front of his bench to Rogic. Rogic in the zone. Nice work by Hartley to take him off the play and take the puck at the same time. Far side for Bly. Bly gets the red line. Bly crosses into the middle. Beamish, can he get there in time? Nope, RPI is going to clear this one out. But is anybody going to control? Miller couldn't get to it. LaBeouf gets it along the blue line to the far side for Leonard. Near side McGowan into the Dartmouth zone. McGowan takes a shot from the face-off circle. It gets deflected, goes up to the glass. At the point, Leonard keeps it in with a backhander. Behind the net. Dartmouth gets to the puck first. Kirk clears it into the neutral zone. LaBeouf stops it at his blue line. Cross ice for LaBeouf. Tied at 1 here in the first in Troy. Miller has the puck, neutral zone. Schrader crosses, has a poke checked away, brings the puck out. RPI is offside right now. Miller has to get out of the zone. They do. Dartmouth has possession. Backhander on the far side sends the puck into the RPI zone as Dartmouth changes. Sakura's line is out there now. Girardi has the puck behind the net. Keeps it away from Sakura. Near side. Forced up along the boards. Bubella has it. Crosses the blue line. Bubella loses the puck. Gets it back again after it was poked away. Behind the net for Neal. Now Schrader has it to Neal in the corner. Back to Bokenfor at the point. His shot tipped and goes behind the net. Sakura has it for Dartmouth. Far side for McNally. Backhand pass. That was a nice backhand pass to Hartley. Then off Opperman's stick into the RPI zone. Engineers clear it right out, but this should be icing against RPI. It is.
4:49 remaining in the first period. RPI and Dartmouth tied at 1. The Engineers got an early goal in this one from Ryan Haggerty, which has been a frequent theme for RPI this year, getting goals from Ryan Haggerty. Dartmouth tied it up on the only power play opportunity of the game, which belonged to RPI. Shorthanded tally by Tim O'Brien has it at 1-1.
Dartmouth wins the faceoff to Bolt along the point. Shot off Diebold. Rebound comes out to the faceoff circle. Kicked to the boards by Bubella and then sent out of the zone. Diebold's given up a lot of rebounds early in today's game. McNally into the zone. Poked back to Bolt along the blue line. Sends it down low off the glove of Girardi. He goes into the corner. Gets it to Bokenfor behind the net. Engineers across the blue line. Right wing boards. Bokenfor sends it in on net. Sticked away by Grant. Dartmouth to Zaleski. Now Dartmouth in the other direction. Here goes Opperman. And Opperman, somehow Dartmouth is onside. Can't get a shot in on net, though, as they fed it up ahead for Neely, and he couldn't get a good position to get a shot off. Engineers try to break the other way. Haggerty and Higgs coming in. Haggerty shot saved. Rebound loose out front. Engineers backhand score! Zaleski comes in to get it.
Mike Zaleski trailing the play was able to get to the puck that Brock Higgs wasn't after the initial shot by Ryan Haggerty. And that's the second time that an interception by Haggerty has turned into a goal. The first one was his. This one actually was intercepted by Haggerty in the RPI zone, and he skated directly up the far side of the ice with the puck. Came in 2-on-1 with Higgs. Had his initial shot saved. Higgs was right there to grab it, but it went through his legs. But trailing the play was Zaleski. Went to his right, backhanded in the net. The Engineers take a 2-1 lead with 4 minutes left in the first period.
Engineers with possession, up 2-1. Never trailed Friday, didn't lead yesterday, haven't trailed today. 3:45 to go here in the first period. Puck in the corner to the left of Grant in the Dartmouth zone. Knocked over to Hartley, to Nickerson. Red line, blue line. Nickerson's shot goes off the stick to the side, to the boards, off to the side, and then there's a collision in the far corner with 2 of each team going down. 3-on-3 briefly in this game. Rogic crosses the blue line, has the puck poke checked away. Haggerty gets it at the half boards and sends it behind the net. Round to the near side. Rogic takes a big hit along the boards. Back up towards the blue line. LaBeouf didn't pinch. And now off the boards, and Dempsey tried to time it at the blue line as it came off the boards, but he's not successful. Dartmouth's offside.
Engineers' second goal of this game. An even strength goal at 16 minutes of the first period. Mike Zaleski, his 9th goal of the season, a lone assist, and really a lot of the generation of this goal from a man who has done a lot of generations this season. Ryan Haggerty, 15th assist of the year.
Face off from the neutral zone, goes into the RPI zone. LaBeouf, up ice. The Engineers to Fulton. Fulton can't turn around, get it out of the zone. Shearhorn has it underneath him. The Engineers kick it around. It's in the slot. RPI off the boards. Fulton finally gets it across the blue line as RPI is very discombobulated there. Engineers clear it again as Dartmouth dumped it in. Now O'Brien has it. He's got the lone goal for Dartmouth. Dumps it in. Tenorti lost his stick. O'Brien hits LaBeouf along the backboards. Dartmouth can't keep possession. Engineers are out. Fulton, left wing boards into the Dartmouth zone. His pass is broken up by the big green and cleared out. Engineers bring the cross again. They've touched up. Bokenford dumps it in. Forward line for RPI switching. Engineers near side. Schrader has it along the half boards. Loses it in the face-off circle. Dartmouth, Bly, cross ice. Shearhorn on the far side. Sends it the rest of the way. Dump in and stop by D-Ball behind the net. 2:05 to go here, period number 1. And turned over to Dartmouth. Near side, Morrissey has it, and he takes a shot. Rebound comes out, and D-Ball's able to cover it.
That was a good shot by Mosey, too. He took his time with it after he got it on the stick. Sometimes you get a lot of open space. You see that goal not too far away from you. He was probably a good 7 or 8 feet from the crease with space. Sometimes you're wanting to just whip that one on there, but he waited for his opportunity. Really didn't come because Scott Diebold had the area unlocked.
Face off in the circle, finally goes to the corner. Engineers get it behind the net with some space. Turn it over, it's stopped by Bolt in the neutral zone. He dumps it in. Diebold has to stop it behind the net. 2-1, Engineers lead. 1:45 to go here, period number 1. Near side, Mosey had it, lost it. Along the boards, Engineers get it out. Goes over the Liberté stick at the blue line, then underneath him at the other blue line. Stopped by Grant, leaves it for his D. Dartmouth behind the net, lost it to Bubella. Now the Liberté has it in the near corner. Back to Bradley at the point. His shot almost gloved by Hartley. I think he wisely decided to just kind of let that go instead of trying to stop a hard shot with his hand. Dartmouth neutral zone. Sakura goes into the zone. Turns around. He's got some space. Winds up. Takes a shot. And it doesn't make it in on Diebold. He didn't know where that was. It hit a defender out front. Comes to the boards and cleared by RPI. In front of the Engineer bench. Bubella crosses the blue line. RPI just touched up as there's a minute to go in the period. Neal near side. And he misses the net. Had a great chance to get it up ice. But he just missed it. On net. He just missed it. Dartmouth into the zone. Neely has it. Face-off circle. Shot by Opperman. Saved by Diebold.
RPI is literally inches from being up 3-1 on that shot by Neal. That puck, he was trying to get that top shelf, and he had pretty good aim on it. It very nearly made it there. That whistled over the crossbar by mere inches. A good opportunity for the Engineers, but it falls by the wayside. 44 seconds left. They have a 2-1 lead.
Shot after the face-off is off Diebold's stick. Off the glass. Engineers have it. Higgs skies it to the neutral zone. Hartley gloves it down. Dartmouth is touched up. They send it in. Puck behind the net. Leonard, blind pass, right out front. Shot, safe. Diebold, rebound. Loose in the slot and cleared out by RPI. Bad D by the Engineers gave Dartmouth a great opportunity, and they're lucky RPI is not to be tied right now. Haggerty takes a shot that was knuckling in towards Grant, and he fought that off. 15 seconds to go in the period. Puck along the near ice boards. Taken by Dartmouth. Simpson, cross ice. Hartley crossing the blue line. His shot hits an Engineer D-man. They're running out of time. Dartmouth has 4 seconds left. Around to the near ice side. Neely turns, takes a shot, and saved by Diebold off a deflection from his defenseman. That would have been ugly if he didn't make that one, because it was kind of looking 5-hole there.
Well, hockey's a game of inches. Both teams in the last minute or so proving that in spades. Dartmouth had 2 really good opportunities to score in the last minute. The Engineers also missing the net by inches in that last minute. Who knows? goal by Beamish in the second period that put Dartmouth back up 2-1 was kind of a fluky goal, but it also just kind of barely squirted in by the post by the time he made the shot. So
you're talking about last night? Last night,
that's right. So forever, since it's been in existence, it's a game of inches. You get the right bounce, you get the right inch, you can find yourself in a good spot. RPI right now in a good spot. They have a 2-1 lead. We will step aside and take our first intermission break. We'll be right back. Your score after one period is RPI 2, Dartmouth 1. You're listening to live coverage of Engineers Hockey on 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy.
as it's picked off by Higgs. He's got a one-on-one if he hurries. Now Fulton joining him. Higgs, left wing, deeps through. He's got some space in front. Oh, what a play by Brock Higgs! Backhander, 5-hole, and it's 5-2.
Brock Higgs. Now, for those of you watching on RPI TV, that was a pretty goal. For those of you listening on the radio, you're just going to have to trust us.
Hey, Jason, it's been a while. I think you should save.
That's a great idea.
What a fantastic save by Jason Kasdorf. The RPI goaltender is on top of his game tonight. I can't wait to see what he comes up with next.
RPI Men's Hockey would like to thank the following sponsors: GE, Bowles, Secure, CBTA, The Rock, Bank of America, CDPHP, Jenny Montgomery Scott, Price Shop, Asco Fence, Yankee Trails, Red Club Pizza, Tri-City Rentals, Carrabba's, Army, Troy Cabinet Makers, Ben and Jerry's, Warren W. Fain, William J. Cowler and Sons Construction, and Tri-City Valley Gas, all proud sponsors of RPI Hockey. In the other preliminary round ECAC playoff series, Yale defeated Harvard 2-0. St. Lawrence defeated Brown in their series 2-0. Clarkson and Princeton are playing Game 3 in Potsdam this evening. After one period, it's Clarkson 2, Princeton 1.
Houston Fieldhouse on the campus of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in Troy, New York, as we get set to bring you the second period of tonight's ECAC hockey first round, Game 3, between the RPI Engineers and the Dartmouth Big Green. Your score after one period of play, RPI 2, Dartmouth 1. Before we like to begin the second period, we'd like to thank the Rensselaer Union, which provides the funding for WRPI and all the club-related activity of the Institute, including WRPI's coverage of RPI hockey, football, and baseball. WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to WRPI.org. You can pick up WRPI's broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So long as WRPI is broadcasting, we provide that broadcast on our internet feed. Once again, that is WRPI.org. WRPI Sports is seeking current RPI students to make live calls of RPI athletic events such as this one. There are opportunities this season to get on the air for baseball. For more information or to express interest, please contact us at WRPI-sports at rpi.edu.
The teams have switched sides. It'll be RPI going left to right, Dartmouth right to left across your radio dial in period number 2. 2-1 is your score. RPI on top. Goals from Haggerty and Zaleski. O'Brien with a shorty, the only marker for Dartmouth. RPI's second periods of late have not been the strongest.
That is correct, sir. I would characterize them as subpar. Go subpar right. So,
do you play golf?
I do play golf, actually. Okay. So, do I have to play golf in order to use the term subpar?
No, you were looking for a term. I would think if you played golf, that would be immediately.
Subpar in golf is good, so it's.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You see, I don't play golf, so I wouldn't have caught that. Back to the hockey game. We're 10 seconds into this period, and the puck's in the RPI zone. Back to the point. Pinkston takes a shot, hits off the leg, goes to the far corner. Engineers have it. Higgs stops along the half boards, cross ice to Leonard on the near side. Neutral zone, Zaleski. Backhand pass goes to Pinkston. To Neely, turned over to Higgs. Higgs turns it over to Simpson. Does somebody want the puck? And Dartmouth turns it over to Haggerty. Haggerty takes a shot, and that's saved by Grant. It's the game when nobody wants to possess the puck. It's like the hot potato. Simpson now has it for Dartmouth, and he's out of the zone. Near side, McNally doesn't get a stick on it in the neutral zone. Engineers dump it back. That could have been played, so no icing. I think I got a handle on the icing tonight. Pinkston, Hartley, neutral zone. Mosey turns it over to the Engineers. Schrader makes a 180, heads down ice. Schrader falls down along the boards, goes into the corner. He lost the glove, goes out to the blue line for Bradley. He's at the point, hits off a Dartmouth player and goes past Dolan into the neutral zone. He retreats back to the RPI zone. Neutral zone, Schrader. Schrader turns it over. Beamish has it. He crosses the blue line. Far face-off circle. Beamish backhands it through the slot. Nobody home. McGowan has it underneath him at the half boards. Beamish falls down, gets back up, doesn't get the puck though. The Engineers have it. Dolan took too much time to play with the puck, will decide what to do with it, and Dartmouth comes in. Now they've got 3 guys with 3 Engineers back behind the net. 2-on-2 now. Hear a lot of noise out there. Penalty coming up. This is a penalty against RPI. Dartmouth did a good job of staying in the zone. They draw the penalty, and they'll get their first power play of the game.
Well, you wait long enough behind your own net, something like that's bound to happen. It sort of went the other way for the Engineers last period, as the only penalty of the first was drawn in much the same fashion. I'm not entirely certain that Sakura was put down 100% on Mark Miller's volition, but it's a boarding call against Miller nonetheless. So we'll see the Dartmouth power play for the first time tonight. They are 16.9% for the season. The Engineers penalty kill 82.4%.
RPI is able to clear after Dartmouth wins the face-off in the RPI zone. Grant stops the puck. Big Green winding it up. They're down by 1 here in period number 2. Dumped into the near corner. Leonard gets to the puck. He's behind the net. Can't clear. Higgs in the corner. Backhands it behind the net. Around to the near side. Zaleski is there. He's got some space off the boards and all the way down ice. Minute and a half to go on this Dartmouth power play. Sakura. Heads up ice. Blue line. Center ice Stott. Sakura passes to himself in the corner. Behind the net. McGowan's there in the far corner. Makes a move, but never tries to get the puck out towards the net. Debo covered. He'll get a whistle as the puck came loose. RPI can be thankful.
Yeah, they can be very thankful because while he
definitely put his mitt down where the puck was. It was not still there by the time it hit the ice, and that puck was swirling away to a Dartmouth stick when that whistle blew. Definitely a fortuitous stoppage of play there for the Engineers with 1:09 left on the penalty to Miller.
Dartmouth wins the faceoff. Center point, Simpson breaks his stick as he sent it towards the net. Shot on net afterwards, a save by Diebold. That was a Mosi shot after Simpson's shot didn't go where it was supposed to go. That's not the first stick he shattered this weekend. Dartmouth back to the point for Simpson with a new stick. Simpson goes down, shot saved by Diebold, fights it off, and the puck goes into the near corner where, part of the stick is. Dartmouth to the far side. Hartley has it at the far boards. Half boards and cleared out by RPI.
That was actually Bo Dolan's stick who snapped, so the Engineers were down a stick there on that penalty kill, but they get the puck out of it anyways.
Wow, I thought it was Simpson. Okay. Sorry about that. Dartmouth through the neutral zone. They'll cross the blue line. Give it up to Leonard, and he backhands it out. Zaleski racing forward along with Simpson. There was some confusion there. Zaleski out front, shot saved by Grant on Higgs. Dartmouth was horribly confused over what to do with that puck, and it gave RPI an opportunity. Almost a shorty as Zaleski found Higgs out front, but he was stoned by Grant. Now Zaleski out front. Zaleski shot, save Grant, he'll cover it up.
Boy, very, very sloppy play in their own zone on that late on this power play. That opportunity for the Engineers at point-blank range developed almost out of nowhere. It was just kind of a situation where Zaleski was forechecking and just ended up grabbing the puck and gave it to Higgs, who had nobody near him. And it was just a big-time save by Charles Grant that keeps it from being the game's second shorthanded goal, which would have pretty much evened things up.
Haggerty against Neely, won by Dartmouth. Power play over, back to 5 aside, 2-1, Engineers still lead, and Haggerty falls down, keeps the puck in the zone briefly. Well, actually, it's still there, but now Dartmouth's going to cross. Big Green, neutral zone. Opperman didn't see the puck behind him. It's loose near the blue line, and RPI gets it out. Brubella just knocks it in the neutral zone. Dartmouth knocks it the other way, and that's icing against Dartmouth. This is kind of a sloppy game right now.
Well, sloppy games tend to benefit the team that's leading, and right now that's the Engineers as they have a 2-1 lead. 15:53 left, although you never know when this play can get sloppy enough that a team might just even luck into a good scoring opportunity, and that's pretty much what happened to the Big Green late on their power play.
Dartmouth wins the draw. Far side, Big Green. Near side, hit somebody. McNally goes in for the puck behind the net. Can't get a backhander to anybody, and turns over to Liberté as he was trying to feed Bolt at the blue line. Liberté back for Haggerty. A shot saved by Grant. Very casual. Holds on.
Yeah, that wasn't kind of a casual save, although that puck was a laser. That, to me, as a goaltender who's feeling good about himself, to be able to just kind of casually slip that glove up and nab one, because if he didn't have his puck in exactly the right spot, that could go under his arm or over his shoulder to the back of the net.
Face-off won by the Engineers. Oh, deflected by the Dartmouth D and almost goes in. I don't know how Grant stopped that. He's headed right 5-hole off the defenseman. Puck behind the net. The Engineers almost got a gift goal there. RPI, half-boards, Dolan at the blue line. Cross-ice Bradley. Sends it off the boards, and Grant sticks that away as it came towards the crease. Dartmouth on the near side. Blue line, tipped by Dempsey into the zone. Nickerson racing after this. Nickerson touched it. Gets it along the boards to Dempsey. Back to Hartley at the blue line. His shot goes off an Engineer. Dumped back in by the Big Green, but they have to touch up. And Dartmouth intercepts at the blue line. Dempsey turns around, goes the other way. That was a Dolan interception. Shot saved by Diebold from Dempsey.
Well, that was awful close in the Dartmouth zone right off the faceoff. And my question after all of that is who you award a goal to if that had gone in, since Dartmouth won the faceoff back, had it mixed up in their own D, and almost put it in their own net. If nobody touches the puck.
The guy who took the face-off.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Learn something new every day. But that was exactly what happened. Dartmouth almost put it in their own net.
Haggerty gets the puck after RPI wins the scrum in the face-off circle. Puck behind the net, not cleared by the Engineers. It's in the far corner. Big Green can't feed it out. Sakura comes in. Can't get to the puck. Now LaBeouf knocks Mosi up along the boards. To the half boards, kept in. Dartmouth jumping away from Mosi. Now a shot, a rifle shot, very close to the net by Beamish. Goes up and hits the glass in the far corner. Dartmouth keeps it in the zone. Nope, they don't. RPI's Haggerty gets it back past the point man. Sakura goes back, takes the puck, though. Haggerty didn't have a chance to go in on net. 20-15, Dartmouth leads in shots, but RPI leads 2-1 on the scoreboard with 14 to go here in the second. Dartmouth, neutral zone. Sakura crosses the blue line. Sakura gets the puck into the far corner. LaBeouf to the near side. Bubella loses the puck. It was too far ahead of him, and the cross-ice pass is intercepted by Neal, as it was a bad pass by Shearhorn, and the Engineers try to break out. The Liberté crosses the blue line, didn't feed it to the point, backhands it down low. Bubella goes in the corner. It's underneath him and Pinkston. Now the Engineers to Neal. Neal right up front, backhander save. Grant off Bubella. Nice play by the Engineers, but Bubella got saved on that shot. Now the other way, here comes O'Brien. Shot saved by Diebold, and he holds it in his gut.
Well, when he's got a couple of guys in front of him, kind of a almost 3-on-2 for Dartmouth going back the other way, but still, when Scott Diebold can see the puck this weekend, he's been very, very adept at stopping it. And in that case, able to stop it directly down and cover it up for the whistle. 15:20 left in the second period. The Engineers have a 2-1 lead over the Dartmouth Big Green.
Miller defeats Neely in the face-off circle. Puck in the corner. Dartmouth had it. They'll tie up the Engineers along the boards. McNally trying to kick it out to the point. McNally falls down on the puck. He's being pushed down by Bokenfour. McNally gets up. Puck's still underneath him. Okay, come on, guys. Get it away from the boards. Dartmouth along the boards still. The Engineers out to the point in the referee's crease. It's underneath Neely and Miller. And finally, Schrader gets it out of the zone. Schrader goes to the Dartmouth zone, knocks down his man in the face-off circle. This is a penalty against Dartmouth. And the puck is finally touched, and it's a holding call.
This could have gone either way. It's going to be a holding on the Big Green. I think that's Josh Hartley. That was the offender.
McNally.
Nope, it's going to be McNally. But I thought from where he was, Zach Schrader was also kind of leaning in on McNally as he came into the zone. Could have been called illegally for interference on that one, but it's just the holding call. The Engineers back on the power play. They are 0 for 1 this evening and are in fact -1 with the man advantage as they gave up a shorthanded goal the last time they were out, and they come out with 5 forwards.
Engineers win the faceoff. Liberté, his attempt to pass the blue line, hits off Sakura and goes back to the RPI zone. 2-1, Engineers lead here in period number 2. 12:25 to go in the period. Daleski starts the attack. Liberté feeds it back right up front. Neal takes a shot, saved by Grant. Another shot, saved by Grant. It's underneath him someplace. He gets the whistle.
Well, in situations like that with a scrum in front, it can be helpful to have 5 forwards, although still ended up having 2 of them way in the back, one of them being Ryan Haggerty. Daleski, Neal, and Higgs not able to push it in. Those are the 5 forwards really we've been talking about all weekend on the power play. Daleski moves in for the faceoff.
Engineers win it. Back to Haggerty. His shot goes off Neely into the neutral zone. Haggerty has to race back to get it. Neely falls down trying to get the puck. Liberté at the blue line. To the far ice boards. Back to Zaleski at his blue line. Gets to the red line. Zaleski weaves his way through. Near side. The Liberté at the point. Now he'll go to the half boards. The Liberté's waiting. Tries to feed it down low. Hits off Pinkston. Puck in the corner. Pinkston on 1-on-3. Engineers from the half boards. Zaleski has it. His shot misses the net. Puck to the far ice side. Neely gets there and sends it down ice. You'd think at this point I'd know everybody's name clearly. In the RPI zone, Neal keeps it away from O'Brien. He had the shorty on RPI's first power play. Zaleski neutral zone. 50 seconds left on the power play. Neal across the blue line and turned over to Dartmouth. 2-on-2 the other way, and Haggerty gets knocked down by Mosi. Engineers go back down the other way. Haggerty late getting to the play. Now he's going to go to the bench, actually, as RPI is going to start switching up the power play unit. Tenorti takes a shot that hits off Neal. Loose out front. Dartmouth can't clear. Puck's loose to the side of the crease. We've got a penalty coming up. I didn't see who this was on. Neal got dumped, and there's a high stick call.
This might be on the Big Green, and it looks like it's going to be. It's Taylor Bolt who's skating off on the high sticking call. He clipped Neal right there in the slot, kind of away from where the puck was. Well, actually, no, it was actually right in front of the puck. So a moment here for RPI if they can score quickly. They've got 27 seconds of opportunity with the two-man advantage. The Engineers are huddling around their bench. They may be calling timeout here, and that is, in fact, what they're doing. Not a bad call by South Africa to call timeout here, as they need basically something drawn up. If they win this face-off, they're going to want to put it in the back of the cage in the next 27 seconds, because if they can do that, not only have a important two-goal edge, they still have extra time to score on the man advantage at 5-on-4. I think regardless of whether they can get one in the next 27 seconds, they want to get at least one goal on this power play chance that they've got, since you get up 2 goals. It can be important. It can be big. Doesn't matter what time of the season it is, but in an elimination game, get that extra cushion. That's something you'll take every time.
You are listening to WRPI Troy with Engineer Hockey from the Houston Fieldhouse. Kurt Stutt, Tom Real on the call for you. Game 3 of this ECAC opening round or first round playoff series. Both teams with a win. RPI Friday, Dartmouth Saturday. Winner today moves on. Loser doesn't play again until October. Engineers 5-on-3 for the next 27 seconds. Face off to the right of Grant in the Dartmouth zone. Secura against Zaleski. Dropped. Engineers win it. Neal to Haggerty at center point. Haggerty waits, doesn't take the shot. La Liberté in the face-off circle. Haggerty near side Zaleski has trouble handling the pass. Zaleski down low, La Liberté, face-off circle. Back to Zaleski. Engineers collapsing the box. Zaleski, Haggerty, Zaleski, Haggerty, Haggerty. Crowd getting anxious. Haggerty tries to feed La Liberté, goes off a stick. 2 seconds, the 5-on-4 expires. Engineers far side shot, saved by Grant, loose out front. Higgs has it. It's a 5-on-4 now. Engineers can't capitalize on the 5-on-3. Still a power play for RPI for another minute and a half or so. La Liberté down low for Neal. Back to La Liberté at the near point. Cross ice, face-off circle. Haggerty shot, and it goes off Simpson's stick behind the net to the near corner. La Liberté to Neal. Zaleski, center point, winds up, takes a shot, saved by Grant, loose in the middle, and cleared out by Dartmouth. They had 3 in the slot. They were going to get that puck, and now we've got a penalty against RPI as Pinkston went down. The goaltender was going off. It's a slashing call against RPI. There goes the rest of that power play.
Boy, they had control of that puck for that whole 27 seconds of 5-on-3 and took a grand total of no shots. And now they're going to lose the rest of their power play opportunity as Brock Higgs gets called for slashing with 10:07 left in the second period. That's a big stop right there for Dartmouth. We'll see a minute 3 of 4-on-4 and then an abbreviated power play for the Big Green.
Higgs off on the slash. Face off to the right of Diebold. 4 aside now at the Fieldhouse. Dartmouth, can they get it back to anybody? Neely falls down. The puck's underneath him. He's trying to tie it up along the boards. He does. And they'll call for a face-off outside the zone because it was clear Neely was just trying to stop play.
Well, strange there. It's in the attacking zone. I know he's got a couple of guys around him, but the right play there is to try to move the puck back towards the point.
Gaudette's arguing that, but it's not called that often, but I have to agree with the officials here. Puck's dropped. Gaudette's still yelling at the officials. Now he'll quit as we're back to action. Dolan off the glass, around the glass, into the zone. Schrader on the far side, has it underneath him. Backhander to McGowan in the far corner. McGowan gets hit by Kirk. Dug out by Simpson. Avoids Schrader. Along the boards, Beamish has it. Beamish, neutral zone. Mosi tries to get down ice, goes right into Dolan, doesn't get the interference call he was probably looking for there. And the Engineers try left wing boards. Dump the puck into the near side. Kirk outmaneuvers his Schrader, and that allows Dartmouth to take the puck. 10 seconds to about a 1-minute Dartmouth power play. Big Green crossed the blue line on the far side. Zaleski gets the puck, then backhands it further into the zone. Dartmouth's going to go off for a change on that. He actually helped out the Big Green. Dartmouth's back to 5 aside, 5 skaters, and RPI is on the penalty kill now. Dartmouth on the power play. 8:55 to go in the second, 2-1 Engineers. Neutral zone, Hartley. Off the glass. Near side. Sherhorn kicked it, goes to the far side, and kept in by Sakura at the blue line. Dartmouth just able to touch it to prevent a hand pass. They get over to the near side at the point, and Dartmouth just able to keep it in briefly. Now RPI sends it down ice. 25 seconds to go on this Dartmouth power play. 8.5 to go in the period. Sakura. This is it to his right. Neely up ahead. McNally. He had Opperman going to the net. Didn't go that way. And a shot by Sakura tipped just over the net by Dartmouth. Sakura from the point takes another shot. It goes off a glove. Puck goes into the corner. Opperman is there along the half boards, and back to five-a-side. Power play is over. Nobody scored on any man advantage. Still 2-1 Engineers. Bubella crosses the blue line. Far side. Loose in the slot as it was sent through by the Engineers. McGowan sent it through, but Bubella wasn't there. McNally crosses over. His pass gets tipped by an Engineer. Doesn't go clean at anybody. Bubella gets it in the far corner around to the near ice side. Engineers with some space. Haggerty, blue line, right wing side. His pass hits off a Dartmouth stick, goes to Bokenford. His shot saved by Grant. Rebound goes into the corner. Bokenford gets that rebound. Tried to center it, couldn't. Hits off a big green player, and then Dartmouth gets the puck and clears it out of the zone. In front of the RPI bench, Bubella goes to the face-off circle. Haggerty now, neutral zone. He crosses along the boards. Haggerty to the face-off circle, towards the net, stopped by Grant, and he gets a whistle.
Starting to see some of the things we were seeing from Dartmouth in the first period on Friday defensively in their own zone, which doesn't bode well for them. The seas parted for Bokenford there as he crept up towards the top of the face-off circle with options to pass or shoot. His shot goes just wide. Grant had to be sharp on that one nonetheless. Pretty much hung out to dry.
Face off to the left of Grant, won by the Engineers. Nicely to Leonard off a skate. Rogic has it. Shot goes over the net as it was fought off by Grant. It was a riser. Dartmouth clears. Sherhorn gets enough of the puck to knock it into the near corner. Leonard goes back there, racing in the big green. Had it behind the net, kick it to the near corner. Dartmouth back to the point for Pinkston. His shot hits an Engineer. Bly had it underneath his skates, couldn't stop it, and RPI's out. Miller into the Dartmouth zone. Face-off circle. Miller trying to make a move. Can't. Goes behind the net. Has a poke checked away towards the corner. Falls down. Goes into the boards. Engineer still with the puck. Back to Bradley at the blue line. His shot hits his own man out front. Looks like Rogic took that one, and that didn't feel so good. You can tell he's skating off, and he's limping as he's going off. Hit him in the left leg. Dartmouth in front of their bench. Dump in is stopped by Bradley. Near side, Haggerty. Red line, blue line. Haggerty along the boards. Into the middle. Nobody there for RPI. Mosey has it. Mosey with Sakura going down ice. Bad pass. Sakura went right into the middle between two Engineers. Pass was behind him, so whatever break they thought they might get didn't happen for Dartmouth. Engineers send it off a skate in the neutral zone. Beamish up ahead for Sakura. To Mosey. Mosey shot, and that deflects, goes behind the net. Sakura races back, gets there. Sticked away by Debo. Loose in the circle. No shot, and we get a whistle as the puck went over to the far side. I guess it went up into the netting.
Starting to wonder if the fieldhouse is tilted down towards the west side tonight, considering that after a 16-9 edge in shots for Dartmouth, the Engineers now with a 14-6 edge in the second period. So much of the action taking place in this game to our right.
That would be our left there, Tom.
Well, the face-off is to our left. Most of the action has been taking place to our right.
Okay, we got confused there. No, we got confused. We got confused. After the face-off, the puck goes to the neutral zone. We should get back to the action. As Hartley has it at the red line and dumps it in. Behind the net, Diebold. Bokenford. Along the boards, Liberté into the middle for Karate. Red line. Karate gets to the blue line. Dishes it to his left for Neal. Cross ice, near side. Liberté. Grant comes over and makes the save. There was a window there that closed rapidly by Grant before the Liberté could get the shot off. McNally crosses the blue line. His pass to Opperman's offline, and he can't handle it. Dartmouth, some very bad passing today. Dartmouth touches up as the puck gets stumped in again. 5 to go here in the second. 2-1, Engineers lead, and RPI clears that into the penalty box. Watch out there. The fine gentleman in the penalty box almost got hit.
Well, that's a situation where if Jacob La Liberté shoots with the other hand, it's in the back of the net 9 times out of 10. As it was, he had to receive the pass on the backhand. couldn't one-time it like that very easily, so he ended up having to switch it around, and by that time Charles Grant was in position to make the save.
Dartmouth wins the faceoff. Back to the blue line. Bolt on the far side. Had a man in front of him, no shot. Dumps the puck behind the net. Dartmouth trying to push it out front. First time it doesn't work. Lovejoy behind the net loses it. Puck comes over to the near side. Engineers along the boards. Get it out to the neutral zone. Kirk stops it at the red line. Dumps it into the far boards. Nickerson races after it. Gets there. Nickerson turns. Beats it behind the net. Past Lovejoy. Around to the near side. Kirk pinches. Keeps it in. It's popped up into the air, and now the Engineers, Leonard gloves it down and gets it out. Leonard crosses the blue line. Goes into the corner with the puck. Backhander behind the net to McGowan. Back out to Bradley at the point. Takes a shot. Score! Deflects out front. Beats Grant.
That's a big marker for the Engineers. Kurt, I didn't see who deflected that in front. Did you?
Nope, I just saw it get deflected. I didn't see by whom.
It's Chris Bradley leading the charge. That's sometimes is the guy who scored the goal, but I doubt he'd be down there. The shot was taken by Mark McGowan at the point, so it's entirely possible that it was deflected by a defenseman, since you don't usually see one of your wings at the point when the puck is down in the zone. That's a big goal for RPI with 4:17 left in the second period. They take a 2-goal lead. It's 3-1. I'm going to say Curtis Leonard, perhaps. Not the typical Curtis Leonard goal, if that's...
It's either McGowan or Miller. 3-1, Engineers lead here at the Fieldhouse. Tenorti gets the red line and drives the puck in. Bolt has it behind the net, loses it to the Engineers, now gets it back again. Rogic swings it towards the net. It was Grant who had it behind the net, lost it. Engineers send it back in after Dartmouth had cleared. 3-1, RPI's on top here in the third. Dartmouth can't take advantage of any time the puck comes to the neutral zone and they maybe get a chance for a break, can't settle the puck. Tenorti in front of the bench, over to the far side. They're going to credit Bradley on the goal. Dartmouth, the Sherhorn at the blue line, cross ice to nobody, looking for Bly. Pass was too far in front of him. Engineers near side, Zaleski, Haggerty, broken up by Hartley. Back to the RPI blue line. Zaleski has it at his blue line. Leaves it back now for Karate. 3:10 to go in the second. Engineers up by 2. First time we've had a 2-goal lead since Friday. Hartley crosses the blue line as the Engineers turn it over. Hartley backhander just misses the top of the crease, comes to the near side. Dartmouth beats it back to the point. Backhander goes to Secura. Secura takes a shot, saved by Diebold. Comes to the near ice boards. Puck in the corner. Back out to the point. Hartley can't handle it, and it goes to the neutral zone. Hartley retreats. Mosey, the far ice side. Bolt has it along the board. Neutral zone. Dartmouth turn it over to the Engineers. Bokenfour. Le Liberté has it in his zone. Cross ice to LeBuff, who's got space on the near side. Neal just touches it as it goes all the way down ice, so that prevents an icing. Engineers right out front. Oh, nice play by Hartley to get in front of Neal. If he hadn't, it would be 4-1. Neely crosses the blue line for Dartmouth. Neely sends it towards the net through the crease to the near ice side. Engineers get it and just get it across the blue line. Le Liberté and Bubella head down ice. Le Liberté on the left side. Into the middle. Neal trying for a tip in. It goes off a Dartmouth stick and back to the neutral zone. 2 to go here in the second. 3-1 Engineers lead. McNally has a face-off circle right out front. Shot. Score! Dartmouth. They got it to Pinkston in the face-off circle. He beats Diebold. It's back to a 1-goal game.
That goal could not be more timely for the Big Green, as they needed something heading into the second intermission, and they got it. A rebound goal by Pinkston, who was pinching in at just the right time. Picked up the rebound in the far face-off circle. Just rifled it past Diebold, who is still in position from his previous save. Make this one a 1-goal game again. It's 3-2 Engineers with 1:55 left in the second period.
Beat him 5-hole. Engineers can't. Tough dealing with success tonight, RPI. 3-2 they lead. Bradley from the neutral zone sends it in on net. Glove down by Grant. Dartmouth. Big Green gets spun around in the corner. Along the far boards, Bly Gets it up ice for Simpson. Simpson's going to cross the blue line. Simpson takes a shot and it goes off D-Bolt to the near side. Face-off circle. Engineers get it. Schrader heads down ice. Sends a pass into the corner, looking for himself, basically. Gets it to himself. Now to McGowan behind the net. McGowan to Schrader in the corner. 1:15 to go here in the period. And McGowan trying to poke that home. It's in! McGowan kept swinging at it. Gets it by Grant. RPI up by 2.
That's what happens sometimes when you get Strum in front of the net. And for RPI, they've had their opportunities here even after the goal by Bradley. Looks like they're going to give this one to McGowan, who really made that other one happen as well, the Bradley goal with his shot from the point. For all the issues that Matt Neal has had in this game, he's done everything but score. Sometimes it just takes a hard-nosed effort in front. McGowan, I think, tried to stuff it in the first place. Couldn't get it in. That might have been Miller poking that one in. Coming in, we'll have to see what the ruling ends up being. But RPI back up by 2. Not even a minute after.
No, it was McGowan.
Oh, McGowan.
The overhead shows that it was in before we thought it was in. It was McGowan. Engineers bring the puck in after the face-off. Under a minute to go here in period number 2. Engineers up by 2, 4-2 over Dartmouth. Puck goes to Zaleski in the far corner. Curls, comes near side. Haggerty takes a shot, saved by Grant, pokes it into the slot, and now the Dartmouth D is going to clear it out. 45 seconds to go in the period. Dartmouth behind the net. Bolt gets away from Higgs. Near side, Beamish. Beamish takes a shot, sticked away by D-Bolt. Over to the far right side. Engineers have it along the boards. Higgs. Rogic crosses the blue line. Rogic takes a shot. That deflects and goes off the glass, comes to the near side. Schrader has it. Schrader sends it into the face-off circle. 15 seconds to go in the period. Far side for Bolt. Bolt sends one high towards the net, gloved by D-Bolt. That was a bouncer with a little over 10 go in the period.
All right, reviewing since the last 3 stoppages have all been goals. 15:43 of the second period. The Engineers took a 3-1 lead on Chris Bradley's 3rd goal of the season, assisted by Mark McGowan and Curtis Leonard. That made it 3-1, as I mentioned. Dartmouth responded at 8:05 of the second period. Davis Grant's goal by Rick Pinkston. I believe that was the 2nd goal of the season from Brandon McNally and Eric Neely. And 3-2, and then just moments ago, Mark McGowan scoring his 4th goal of the season. Made it 4-2 at 18:50. The lone assist going to Zach Schrader.
Engineers win the faceoff in their own zone. LaBeouf looking to kill some time, sends it down ice. We may get an icing out of this, and no. The buzzer sounds as the whistle blows. Bob Gaudette wants a face-off.
My argument on that one is that if Bob Gaudette wanted a face-off, Rick Pinkston probably should have been rushing after that puck to get there. Yeah. He really wasn't in any hurry to get to that face-off, Dot.
He was lollygagging down.
And now he's complaining to Chip McDonald. That's on him. He should have. You play till the buzzer. You don't skate. Even if there's no one around, you skate to that face-off, Dot. If you want that icing call.
Yeah, he was lollygagging down on that one. If he had raced for it, they would have gotten the face-off.
Yeah, absolutely. But Wild finished in the second period for a while there. It looked like the Engineers were going to be leaning on that 2-1 lead that they had for much of the period. And a back and forth final 5 minutes or so.
Yes.
Last really 4 and change. 3 goals, 2 by the Engineers, 1 by Dartmouth. Leaves us with a 4-2 edge for the Engineers heading into period number 3. If you're RPI right now, I think the one thing they need to be most worried about is coming out and being overly defensive early in this 3rd period. This has been a back and forth battle all weekend, and they're not in a good position to just try and win this one on points. They need a knockout blow, and if they can get one more goal, especially early in the period, that's going to set them up really well. And then maybe with a 3-goal lead, they might want to consider nursing that a little bit. But as it is right now, probably need some more. We'll take a step aside. We'll be back with the second intermission here from Houston Fieldhouse. Your score after 2 periods of play, Game 3 of the ECAC first round. RPI 2, RPI 4, alongside Dartmouth 2. You're listening to live coverage of Engineers Hockey on 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy.
timeout, Troy. Cup number 28, we thank everyone for participating in tonight's Bombers Burrito Bar Chopper Cup Contest. Bombers proud to support our RPI Athletics.
This is Luke Karate.
And this is Phil Hampton. On behalf of the RPI men's hockey team, we'd like to congratulate the RPI TV crew on their 10th anniversary.
Hi, this is Meet RPI TV. My name is Jose Benitez. I'm going to be the host of this talk show for at least the remainder of this semester. And here I have Mr. Doug Kingman, senator from the freshman class, Senator Michael Goldenberg, sophomore class, right? Mm-hmm. And the Grand Marshal, Mike Dillon. Well, thank you for being here.
marketing and management, the core of their philosophy is to live and work in the spaces they develop. Visit the United Group online at ugoc.com. The United Group.
We are back inside Houston Fieldhouse on the campus of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in Troy, New York, as we get set to bring you the third period of action between the RPI Engineers and the Dartmouth Big Green in Game 3 of the ECAC first round. My name is Tom Reel. I'm joined by Kurt Stutt. You're listening to all of this on your home for Engineers Hockey, 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy. Your score after two periods of play is RPI 4 and Dartmouth 2. Before we start the third period, we want to be sure to thank the Rensselaer Union, which provides the funding for WRPI, all the club-related activity of the Institute, including
WRPI's coverage of RPI hockey, football, and baseball. As a reminder, WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to WRPI.org. You can pick up WRPI's broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So long as WRPI is broadcasting, we provide that broadcast to you on our internet feed. Once again, that is WRPI.org. WRPI Sports is seeking current RPI students to make live calls of RPI athletic events such as this one. There are opportunities this season to get on the air for Engineers Baseball. For more information or to express interest, contact us at WRPI-sports@rpi.edu.
Speaking of baseball, they won today. 6-5 win over Team Husson. Husson? How do you pronounce that? Husson.
Husson?
I don't know.
Was not an English major.
You went to RPI. That's pretty much a given. Anyway, baseball's 3-0 on the season. 20 minutes on the board. RPI leads by 2. We're underway here in the third period. It's RPI right to left, Dartmouth left to right across your radio dial. Big Green will be desperate. First shot of the period is by Dartmouth. Pad save by Diebold. Engineers get the puck out of danger. Back to Pinkston. Up ice. A little bit too far past McNally. But icing is waved off. RPI. They do get it out of the zone because Opperman misplaces at the blue line. Dartmouth has to tighten themselves up or, well, they're just done. Opperman crosses the blue line. His shot gets deflected and goes off to the side of the net. Neely sends it out front, but it's stopped. It goes out to the point. Bolt has it. Bolt takes a shot saved by Diebold. He went through somebody's legs to get that shot in on net. Diebold makes the save. 46 seconds here into the third period.
Cannot stress enough that RPI is not in a position to rest on its laurels right now. They can't go into a shell. One goal is all it takes to make this one a razor-thin margin, which leaves you no more margin for error. RPI needs more goals in order to put this one away.
Linesman gets dumped. Face-off goes to Dartmouth. It just suddenly appeared on the stick of Beamish, but his shot got blocked, and RPI gets out of danger again. Puck dumped into the Dartmouth zone. 1 minute gone by in the third. 4-2 Engineers lead here in the deciding game of this series. Big Green are going to be very, very desperate right now. McGowan has the puck along far ice boards. McGowan stops, backhands the puck behind the net. Hartley is there. Gets away from Schrader. Hartley dumps the puck down ice. That will not have enough for icing. RPI has to play it. Bradley, as Mosi comes in after him. Behind the net, Dolan. Near side, McGowan. McGowan dumps the puck up into the air. It comes in down in front of Miller, who finally sees it and sends the puck the rest of the way down the ice. RPI changes. Pinkston sends the puck down ice. Icing waved off. Goes behind the net. Dartmouth looks to feed it out front. Just swept away by Karardi, so there was no shot on goal as Shearhorn was coming towards the net. Pinkston behind the net. He's got the last Dartmouth goal. Starts a rush up ice. Rubella got in front of him. Puck goes across. Dartmouth's onside. Shearhorn towards the net. Save Diebold. Gets the rebound.
This is what Seth Abbott talked about before the game being dangerous, and he referenced it really in regards to last night, that sometimes when things aren't going well for RPI, and this has really been their bugaboo all season, when things are going well, he says that the team wants it to be easy, and they can't want it to be easy right now. They need to work.
Nearly against Rogic. To the half boards. Dartmouth. Dug out by McNally. Shot score by Neely. It's 4-3 RPI.
You can see it coming from a mile away, the way this third period started. It's been all Dartmouth down there. They're winning face-offs. They're moving the puck. They're the desperate team. And when you're down 2 goals in the last minute of what could be your last game of the season, you have to be desperate. And it's Eric Neely who had 2 goals last night for Dartmouth, putting it in the back of the net to make it 4-3. This is getting real now for the Engineers. They need to snap out of their early third period funk here and get back into this one.
It looked like it was 5-hole again. Dartmouth wins the face-off. They've dominated this early third period, put the only marker on the board. Dartmouth gets the puck along the boards. Higgs now steals it to Zaleski. Neutral zone, red line, blue line. Zaleski takes a shot. That deflects, goes to the glass, and over to the far ice side. Dartmouth, neutral zone. Red line, down into the far ice corner. Now around to the near ice side at the point. Bolt dumps the puck behind the net around to the far side. Shot deflects off an Engineer leg, comes to the near ice side. RPI can't get it out. Bolt keeps it in at the point. His shot gets deflected, goes to the far side. Beamish sends it behind the net. Dartmouth still in possession. In the corner. Engineers get it, not out. Bolt keeps it in at the point. Engineers can't clear right now. Bradley behind the net. He's got some room on the far side. Over to the far boards, and still RPI can't clear the puck. Back to Bradley in the corner. Now to the near side. Dartmouth is changing behind all this. Engineers finally send it off the glass, and it's out to the Dartmouth side of the ice. Simpson, right up, nice. Shearhorn, loose in front, backhand, just missed. O'Brien with the backhander missed the net as he was behind Diebold. He almost tied it up. Engineers have got to tighten up right now. McGowan, red line, blue line, into the Dartmouth zone, into the middle. Nobody there for RPI. Vokenfor on the far side has to go off the stick. Face-off circle, shot goes off the bar, the crossbar, or the post. One of the two went off the net, went off metal. And the puck ends up in the neutral zone. Almost 4 gone by here in the third. RPI up 4-3. O'Brien sends the puck cross ice. Shearhorn has on the far side. Right through the top of the slot. Pardon me, that was McNally who had the puck. Right through the crease. Then it goes behind the net and cleared out by the Engineers. Neutral zone, McNally. Feeds it back, looking for Bolt. Broken up by Bubella. His shot is saved by Grant, and he'll cover it up.
That's the most exciting thing that's happened for RPI in this period so far is Bubella stealing the puck in the Dartmouth zone, getting a quick shot. RPI defensively is looking very similar to the way they were early in yesterday's game. It's been all Dartmouth here in the first 4 minutes of this one, and they've scored a goal, cut the Engineers' lead to 4-3.
Dartmouth wins the face-off and kicked the puck out of the zone. LaBeouf sends it in. Grant lets that go by him off the glass. Far side, Hartley. Up ahead, neutral zone. Neely, somebody gets a stick on that. It bounces in on net, and it's covered by Diebold. Neely hits Diebold, but LaBeouf was kind of pushing Neely, so everybody's going to back off. There won't be any penalties out of this.
Scoring for Dartmouth, cutting the Engineer lead in half at 2:10 of the third period. Eric Neely, his 60th goal of the season, third of the weekend. The assists going to his line mates, Brandon McNally and Grant Opperman.
Face off to the right of Diebold. Kicked around, goes to LaBeouf. He's got it behind the net. Near side, Engineers get it out. Just barely, but it's out. Beamish. Demosi. Far side, Dartmouth can't pull the puck across the blue line. Goes back to the D. Simpson plays it off the boards oddly. Now he gets it back again. Simpson dishes it near side. Mosi goes into the zone. Mosi into the middle. Beamish falls down with the puck underneath him in the face-off circle. 2 Dartmouth players end up on the ice in the corner. And that gives RPI a great chance to get the puck, but it's intercepted in the neutral zone. Dartmouth dump it back in briefly. LaBeouf knocks it out. Neutral zone. Rubella has it. Rubella crosses the blue line. Far side. Big Green get there, and they send the puck out of the zone. Not enough for icing. Dolan goes back to take it. Dartmouth changes everybody. Engineers near side. Neal at the point. Dumps it in. 14:40 to go here. Third period. 4-3. Engineers lead. RPI changes lines. Bolt with the puck. Blue line. Bolt, red line. Past O'Brien at the point. Shearhorn goes into the corner along with Bradley. Bradley gets the first stick on the puck. It's underneath Bradley, Shearhorn, Dolan. O'Brien's in there, Rogic, and thank you, a whistle ends play.
14-17 now left in the third period. RPI with a 4-3 lead, and that clock might as well say 14 years on it if you're RPI right now, because they're a long way from being able to get out of here, even though they still got the 1-goal lead. The way they're playing, I don't want to say they're going to give up the game-tying goal, but they're playing like it's an inevitability. That's certainly for sure. They've got to tighten up on defense.
Nearly against Gillespie, won by Dartmouth. Kirk takes a shot, hits Leonard in the gut. Leonard behind the net, face-off circle, far side, turns it over to Dartmouth. They dump it in. I don't think I should bother looking to my left at this point. RPI's LaBeouf. Over to the far side. Broken up. Opperman has it. Opperman takes the puck into the corner. Backhander. LaBeouf intercepts that behind the net. Comes around to the near side. Bolt keeps it in at the point. Bolt has a man in front of him. Dumps the puck behind the net. Neely back there. Neely gloves it down. Sends it right out front. Ricochets around and taken by Zaleski. Neutral zone. Broken up by Bolt. The Engineers can't take it down ice. Second attempt down ice. Goes back to the Dartmouth D in their zone. Opperman heads west. Opperman, red line, blue line, and McNally was offsides.
But Taylor Bolt is playing like a man on a mission, and why not? He's one of only 2 seniors that are in the Dartmouth lineup tonight. He's got his remaining college career on the line here. He's done a great job of keeping RPI frustrated in the neutral zone here in the third period.
Lovejoy can't win the faceoff. Miller gets it for RPI. McGowan near side into the zone. Pinkston slams him into the boards. Clean hit. Just looked a little rough. Far boards. Trader turns it over to the big green. Blue line. Dish it off to the left. Lovejoy into the RPI zone. Lovejoy goes into the corner. Goes down into the corner. Falls down with the puck underneath him. Girardi comes out with it. Girardi near side. Beats it back behind the net for Bokenfor. Near side Girardi. Off the boards, past McGowan all the way down ice, and that's icing against RPI.
Clock now stands at 12:48, remaining in the third period. Still 4-3 Engineers. Face-off goes back down into the RPI zone where it's spent much of the third period. RPI really needs to get some face-off wins down here, and they've got to start working the puck better along their own blue line.
Secura against Miller to the left of Diebold. Puck into the corner. Girardi, backhander, around the boards. Schrader, far boards, gets to the puck. Out. Red line, blue line. Schrader in front of the Dartmouth bench. Dumps it in. Schrader getting worked all over along the far side by Kirk. That was a little brutal there. No calls on that. And into the zone goes Mosey. Mosey near side. Simpson shot, save. Diebold, rebound, get kicked into the corner by Dartmouth. Engineers get the puck. Not out. Kept in by Kirk at the point. Now what have we got?
Hand pass.
Yes, that would be correct, yes.
That's a fortunate break for the Engineers as that brings the face-off back down in the Dartmouth zone. This game becoming a little bit reminiscent of last year's Game 3 with a role reversal for the Engineers. They were the ones down by 1 in the third period, controlling the puck. They weren't able to get one into the net as Brown pretty much parked the bus. RPI has shown this season they really can't park the bus. They need to be more aggressive.
They win this face-off. Bubella in the circle. Shot can't find the net. Hits a stick instead. Far side, Liberté falls down, but the puck stays in the zone. Bly behind the net. Backhands it to Hartley. Dartmouth off O'Brien's skate. Neutral zone. O'Brien swings it into the RPI zone. No icing. Bradley in the far corner. Around the boards, near side. Off the boards, off the glass, oddly into the neutral zone. It went right in between the 2 D-men. Hartley dumps it in. Engineers, can they clear it out? Yep, out to the neutral zone. 11:45 to go, period number 3. 4-3, RPI leads. Bolt, near side, gets the red line. Past Dolan, puck goes to the corner. Dolan off the glass, down ice, and it's on net. Grant has to play that, no icing. Simpson keeps the puck away from Neal. Neutral zone, gets away from Tenorti. Simpson crosses the blue line. Simpson loses the puck, gets it back again along the boards, behind the net. Dartmouth a little late getting the forwards down ice, but they get the puck back in the far corner. Now out to the point. McNally waits. Then it's down to Neely. Neely, McNally, shot, score! Dartmouth ties it.
That's been a dangerous line here in the third period, and they've got both of Dartmouth's goals now.
Just a nice move by 3 very talented forwards. That top scoring line for the Big Green. Can't say it enough. They were looking for that goal. They end up getting it. It's Brandon McNally with the goal. Just like that with 11-12 left. It's a tie game.
That 2-goal lead has gone away from RPI, and now your biggest problem for RPI is you're playing a lousy third period.
Yep, all the momentum is with the other team. That's the danger you get when you end up in a shell, and whether they intended to do that or not, that's exactly the way they've been playing here in the third period. They've been playing, trying to defend that lead. It's not easy to defend a 2-goal lead against a desperate team for 20 minutes. And they only lasted 8 minutes and 48 seconds.
Well, they don't have to defend the lead anymore because it's gone. Bradley to Dolan, back in the RPI zone. New ball game here in Troy. Engineers dump it in. Kirk behind the net, turns it over to Zaleski. Zaleski to Higgs, and tried to hit Haggerty. Probably should have taken the shot because Haggerty had it poked away from him, and it goes all the way down to the RPI side of the ice. Engineers just barely get this down ice, but no icing on that one. All right, I'll go with that. Far side, Kirk gets to the puck. along far ice boards. Dartmouth kicking it around. Engineers keep it in. Zaleski face-off circle, tries to move towards the net. Can't get positioning on Kirk. Far side, Sakura steals the puck away on a bad pass. Comes to the near side. Mosi has it for Dartmouth. 10:20 to go in the third. Tied at 4 here in Troy. This must be played to conclusion. Mosi crosses the blue line. He brings the puck into the zone. His team's changing behind him. Engineers get the puck away from him. Schrader into the neutral zone. Red line, blue line. Schrader with a man going towards the net. Off Grant's stick, comes over to the near ice side. Schurhorn takes it for Dartmouth. Schurhorn, neutral zone. O'Brien gloves it down. Puts it on the ice. Engineers get it back again. On net, Grant gloves it, and he'll put it on the ice for Pinkston. Under 10 to play in the period. Pinkston goes to the far side. Neutral zone. Dartmouth near side for Bly. Bly face-up circle shot. Saved. T-ball rebound taken by Bubella. He sends it up towards the far side. Schrader in the neutral zone. Dumps it into the Dartmouth zone, but the big green are there. Pinkston, blue line, red line. Backhands it in. Stopped by Leonard. He sends it down ice, and that's icing against RPI. RPI's out of timeout, so that really not a good play.
Shots on goal in this game are Dartmouth 35, RPI 32. They have an 8-3 edge in shots in the third, and I'm not sure where those 3 shots came from for the Engineers. Scoring the tying goal, Brandon McNally, only his 6th of the season. The assist to Eric Neely, who's been just an absolute monster in his last 2 games. At 8:48 of the third period, we are tied at 4.
Neely on the faceoff, wins it back to Bolt. His drive hits his own man, Neely, who jumped but couldn't avoid the puck. 3-on-2 for the Engineers. If they hurry, Neal misplays the puck. There won't be a shot automatic or right away on this advantage. Now the puck along near ice boards. Dartmouth gets it out of the zone. Neely falls down, trying to get it down ice. Gets it up to McNally. McNally into the zone. Waits. Feeds it into the middle. Poked ahead and up. Goes right to La Liberté. La Liberté into the Dartmouth zone with Neal. Now Zaleski coming off the bench. Zaleski in the face-off circle towards the net and off to the side of the net. Neal takes a shot. That goes right into Grant's pads. Along near ice boards, Neal back up to Boker towards the blue line. It goes through him back to the neutral zone. Engineers have to touch up. 8:40 to go in the third. Tied at 4. Engineers, Zaleski along the blue line. Puck behind the net. Pinkston's there for Dartmouth. Dartmouth, nice deflection, goes right to Sakura. Sakura going down ice with Mosi. Sakura takes a shot, misses the net. Puck comes around to the boards near side. Dartmouth along the boards. Kirk keeps it in. Mosi has it underneath him. Now Kirk. Nope, that's Beamish. Knocks it behind the net. Too far for Sakura to play. Goes to the far side, Haggerty. Neutral zone. Right to the stick of Kirk. He retreats to his blue line. Kirk gets the red line, dumps the puck in. Diebold stops it behind the net. Tied at 4, 8:08 to go here in the third. Engineers can't clear it out. Beamish has it. Beamish face-off circle shot. Save Diebold. Where's the puck? I don't know. The referee comes in to look at this to see where the puck is. It's loose over to the side. I don't know where it got 10 feet from the net from where Diebold had it. I have no idea what happened to the puck there.
Well, regardless, it's the fact that that was coming back in on net is an indication of some more poor puck decisions in their own zone. The Engineers just not connecting on anything relatedly even close to decent passing.
Puck behind the net after the face-off. Tied at 4 in the third. Under 8 to play. Far side, Schrader gets it up for McGowan. McGowan towards the net. Grant makes a save. Loose out front. Here comes the Dartmouth D. Beamish with it. Dartmouth could have a 4-on-3. No, Bly has it. Bly crosses the blue line. Bly, cross-ice pass, shot by Simpson, hits an Engineer, and we got a whistle for what?
It's like they're going to say that Grant is hurt. Saw McDonald kind of looking at him. He had his whistle to his mouth, but I think they were playing the advantage for Dartmouth there as they took the puck down ice. Grant looks like he's going to be okay. He needs to skate it off. Assume that the faceoff's going to come right outside the zone. Engineers crashed the net on that last sequence, so they look like they want to try and hammer one home, similar to the goal scored by McGowan late in the second period. Basically taking part with a scrum in front and getting one past Grant that made it 4-2, but it was a very long time ago. The Big Green have been dominant here in the third period. They've tied it up, and with 7:37 left in regulation, this one is square at 4. 7:37 left to determine which of these teams lose their season tonight.
Nearly against Bubella in the neutral zone on this faceoff, won by RPI. Neutral zone goes right to Opperman as the Engineers tried to pass it through his body, and that doesn't work. Opperman loses his stick, and now he's got a whistle on the far side. Penalty coming up against whom? I couldn't see who touched the puck.
Dartmouth seems to think it's against the Engineers as Grant was skating off. Maybe a little bit late as he started skating after the whistle was over, but there is a penalty coming up. I believe it's going to be against RPI.
Bubella, I think, is going in. Yep.
Direction, and that is the call. So here's where the balance may begin to tip. As the Engineers killing a penalty at the worst possible time, a slashing call against Milos Bubella puts them on the penalty kill with 7:25 left in the third period.
Face off to the left of Diebold, taken by the Engineers and out of the zone. Higgs gets the red line, eases it down ice. Higgs, Zaleski, Leonard, and LaBeouf out there on the PK for RPI. 7:10 to go in the third, tied at 4. 1:45 to go on this power play. Neely sends the puck in. Leonard in the far corner, gets hit. Opperman gets the puck, out to the point. Sakura, Neely, he's at center point. Backhander towards the corner, and Sakura had trouble playing it, and that caused a lot of problems. And it gets past him at the point, and it goes all the way to the Dartmouth zone. 6:45 to go in the third, 1:20 in the power play. All evened up here in the third period in Troy. Bad third period so far by RPI. Neely gets it across the blue line, sent it towards the face-off circle. Dolan, the only person there, and he sent it down ice. Good kill so far by RPI. Dartmouth avoids the Engineers. Sakura. The Shearhorn, near side, neutral zone. Mosi, he gets it, sends it in on net, off Diebold. Loose in the far face-off circle, kept in by Sakura at the point. Dartmouth, they'll move it over to the near side. Again, difficulty passing through, and O'Brien can't keep it at the point, and it goes down ice. 40 seconds left on this Dartmouth power play. 6 to go in the period. Simpson, near side, Mosi, red line, blue line. Mosi moves his way through. Whacks at the puck, sends it behind the net. Leonard's there. Where did it go? Gloved out of the air by LaBeouf. Sends it around the boards near side. Engineers will get it out again. Higgs, neutral zone with Zaleski. Higgs, Zaleski near side. Tries to make a move. Backhander, misses the net. A couple of Dartmouth players take themselves out of the play. No harm, though, as RPI's backing up. Only 10 seconds left on this power play for Dartmouth. Beamish drives it in from the neutral zone. Gloved by Diebold, and he'll get a whistle.
Well, the Engineers killing this penalty pretty well. No real threats by Dartmouth here with the man advantage. They just haven't been able to set up. Good forechecking by the Engineers down in the Dartmouth zone as well has led to some good time killed off that clock. 3 seconds left on the penalty to Bubella. 5:28 left in the third period, tied at 4.
Nickerson against Zaleski to the right of Diebold. Goes to the circle right towards the net and then taken by LaBeouf, and he sends it down ice. That does it for the power play. Dartmouth 0-4-3 on the man advantage. 5:20 to go in the third. We remain tied. Big Green, near side, Lovejoy, far side, Dartmouth into the zone. Shot, save, Diebold, rebound goes to the far corner. Kirk took the shot, goes into the corner looking for the puck. Lovejoy's there as well. Engineers come out with it. Miller, cross ice to Tenorti, near side. Tenorti, along the half boards, Dartmouth zone. Penalty coming up against Dartmouth, and they'll touch up in the far corner, and RPI gets a power play with 4:51 to go in the third.
Well, I have to admit, I did not see this. It's a slashing call. It is going to be against Brandon Kirk, who has the universal "who me" on his face. This has been known to happen late in games that are tied. If one team gets a power play opportunity, the other one may have one coming shortly thereafter. That's probably what we're seeing here. The slashing call puts the Engineers on the power play with 4:51 left in the third period. The RPI penalty kill stepped up. Now it's time to see what the power play can do with 5 forwards out there for the Engineers.
I was going to say, 5 forwards, and it's intercepted by Neely. He starts heading down ice. O'Brien's going with him. Neely into the zone, backhands it into the corner. O'Brien had peeled off on that. Puck behind the net. Zaleski keeps it away from O'Brien. Goes to the far ice side. Neal in the corner. 5-man unit out there for RPI, all forwards. 4.5 to go in the third. Tied at 4. Engineers on the man advantage. Zaleski has the puck, goes behind the net, far side. Back to Haggerty. His shot hits off a stick, and he broke his stick, which is why it didn't go so well towards the net, and it goes behind the net. Dartmouth can't clear it out. Haggerty goes back, gets another stick. Zaleski back to Haggerty at center point. Far side, avoids the sticks. Nice pass. Now into the corner. Down low for Neal. Gets away from a D-man. Moves it out front. Face-off circle. Missed the Liberté on that. Neal gets it at the far boards. Back to Zaleski, center point. Neal, far point. Down low. La Liberté in the corner. Back to Zaleski, center point. Doesn't take the shot. Haggerty, near side shot. Rises and goes off the glass into the netting. And there'll be a face-off outside the zone.
Yep. Haggerty's shot missed pretty much everything. It was rising as it came off of his stick and just went up and over. Bad break for RPI. 58 seconds left on the penalty to Kirk. Face off just outside the Dartmouth zone with 3:49 left in the third period. Engineers now with their second power play unit out there, which includes Leonard and Dolan in the points, with Doherty, McGowan, and Bokenford.
Secura wins the face-off, and Bemis gets the puck out of the zone. RPI retreats. Dolan. Cross ice, far side. Engineers drive it in. Around to the near ice side. Dartmouth gets a stick on it, can't get it out of the zone. Far side. Bokenford comes down low. He's got it behind the net. To Tenorti in the far corner. Dartmouth hits Tenorti. They almost get the puck. Now they've got it. Yeah, they'll clear it down ice. Diebold stops it with the stick. 30 seconds left on the RPI man advantage. 3:15 to go in the period. McGowan brings the puck across. He gets hit by Bolt. Puck goes into the corner. Now behind the net, McGowan tries to feed it back. Goes to Bokenford. Over to the near side. Is that another puck out there? Yeah, somebody threw a puck on the ice, and that gets knocked out by the Engineers. I don't know if the officials saw that. Puck along the far ice boards underneath Mosi, and he gets it out into the neutral zone. Going down ice is Dempsey along with Dolan into the corner. They collide. Dempsey gets to the puck. Nope, doesn't get to it behind the net. He's still trying to tie that up. Power play expired. Back to 5 aside. 2:45 to go in the third. Tied at 4. Bokenford dumps it off the boards into the near corner. Dartmouth behind the net, around to the far ice side. Hartley can't get it out of the zone. Schrader has it in the corner. Tries a centering pass. Goes off the stick of Pinkston. Near boards. Into the neutral zone. Bly has it. Heading down ice with Shearhorn. Near ice board. Shearhorn eases it ahead into the corner. Tries to avoid Bradley. Can't. Puck's underneath Bradley and Shearhorn. Into the corner. The Engineers have it. Miller into the middle. Intercepted by Dartmouth. Dartmouth near side. Shot. Score! Shearhorn puts Dartmouth up 5-4 with 2:14 to go in the third.
There is a hero here tonight, and it looks like it's going to be Brad Shearhorn off a bad pass by Mark Miller. The Engineers turn it over in their own zone once again. And Dartmouth has scored 3 goals here in the third period. They are 2:14 away from advancing to the quarterfinal round with that goal. Bad pass made it a quick 2-on-2. That puck was slid in by Tim O'Brien, who scored earlier in this game, to a wide open Shearhorn. Diebold unable to get across the crease in time, and it's 5-4 Dartmouth.
Engineers get the face-off win, bring it across the blue line, but can't follow up on that. The other way, Bemis crosses the blue line. Fans trying to send the puck towards the net, and it goes into the far corner of the RPI zone. 2 to go. RPI needs a goal in the next 2 or the season ends. Secura intercepts a pass in the neutral zone. Crosses the blue line, has a poke checked away. Kirk gets it, sends it in towards the net. Glove down by Diebold. He kind of cradled it in the chest. Diebold's going towards the bench. Higgs has the puck at the red line, dumps it in. Engineers, 6 skaters on the ice. They're down by 1, 1:40 to go. Along the far boards, Dartmouth can't clear it out. Tied up along the boards, underneath the skate. Engineers can't keep it in the zone. Dartmouth to the neutral zone, and Engineers track back. Over the back check and get it. Now Opperman, underneath him along the far boards, can't get the puck. Engineers near side. Haggerty drives it into the zone. 1:20 to go here in the third period. Along far ice board, Simpson gets it, sends it down ice. He's going to ice this puck, and that'll be 1:14 left on the clock. Dartmouth with the icing.
Well, I see a lot of RPI players out there hanging their heads already. That cannot be the attitude if they're going to get the tying goal. They do still have 74 seconds with which to try and pot a game tire. This period has been all Dartmouth, but it's 6-on-5 right now for the last 1:14 unless the Engineers can put it in or that'd be better for Dartmouth.
Engineers win the draw. Dolan takes a shot as he got it from Bradley on the near side. Puck's in the corner. You're listening to WRPI Troy with Engineer Hockey. RPI needs to score. Loose to the side of the crease. Backhander saved by Grant. Oh, my God, that could have been the tie right there. Puck's underneath Simpson back behind the net. Engineers dig it out. 1 minute to go here in the third period. Loose in front, and Neal can't get the tip. Puck goes to Tenordi in the far corner. Engineers right out front, shot. Loose in front of the crease, and it can't be poked home. Puck goes back to the neutral zone. Taken by Bradley. Still 6-on-5 for RPI out there. Bradley can't get it away from Opperman. Opperman steals the puck, and he just misses the net. 35 seconds left. Haggerty has it along far ice boards. Turns it over to Dartmouth, and they can't get it in on net. Leonard stops it from going in. 28 seconds left in the period. Underneath Bolton on the near side. Puck hops up over the blue line. Well, it's easy. Blue line doesn't really exist. Sakura gets the puck, and it doesn't get it out of the zone. Now Dartmouth gets it again. Sends it towards the net, and it'll miss. No icing. Dartmouth got back there first. Puck's in the near corner. 10 seconds to go. McNally has it behind the net. Feeds it out front. Kingston has it. Sizes up the net. Can't find it. 5 seconds to go. Puck still in the engineer zone. Haggerty drives it down ice. Grant sticks it aside. Goes into the netting. And that's it. Dartmouth wins 5-4. RPI season is over with.
Well, if you've been listening to or watching RPI hockey for the last several seasons, you had to know coming into the third period that a 4-2 lead was not sufficient. They needed more goals. They needed to be able to put more out there on the line. There was only one team playing desperate hockey in the third period, and that team is on its way to the quarterfinals. That's the Dartmouth Big Green. They impressed in that third period. They just simply wanted it more. That's really all you can say about it. They took care of the puck. They controlled, and they got exactly what they needed. They needed 3 goals to win this one. Whether it was going to be in regulation or overtime, they needed the 3 goals. They got it in the span of a little bit under 18 minutes of gameplay. And in that 18 minutes of gameplay, the Engineers watched their season end.
This is going to be a bitter pill for RPI fans to swallow.
You get so close. You win game 1. You have that multiple goal lead heading into the last period. I think a lot of other teams, if they haven't had this kind of experience, are going to say RPI was looking good heading into the third period, and you could be forgiven for thinking that because the Engineers were playing well late in the second period. But it all comes back to exactly what Seth Appert said at the beginning of this game regarding the way RPI played yesterday. They want it to be easy far too frequently. And that's exactly what we saw here in the third period. They came out very soft. I'm not sure that they were looking to go into a shell, but the way they played, they were in that shell. And all Dartmouth had to do was keep rocketing pucks on net, trying to find those seams. And that top line of McNally, Neely, and Opperman, just as deadly as can be in that third period. I mean, that's all you can chalk it up to is that team over on the other side. They wanted it just a little bit more. They were not willing to say no. And as it is, the Engineers will be back in October.
There were 2 key times in this series when you knew Dartmouth was skating out on the ice and they were going to throw everything they had at you. That was the first period yesterday because they were down a game they had to win, and third period today where they were down by 2 goals.
Everybody knew.
Everybody on the planet knew that Dartmouth was going to throw everything they had at you, and both times RPI reacted timidly.
Yep. It's a matter of pride, and it just. I'm sorry, but if I'm hurting some feelings, you didn't see any pride in either of those situations, and it cost them the Thursday.
It's just difficult to believe. It really is.
At this point, you see it enough times.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. We've seen it enough times. It seems to me that almost every season nowadays, I end up going back to the Princeton-Quinnipiac road trip. And you saw that, where they played Princeton tough and lost, came out the next night, you knew you're playing Quinnipiac, you knew you had to play tough, and they came out flat, and Quinnipiac just almost pushed them right out of the building. I mean, the game was over with in the second period, and you can even say the end of the first period. Just pushed them out of the building, and everybody knew what they had to do, and they just didn't do it. I don't know. I don't want to be in that locker room right now. I don't think anybody wants to be in that locker room right now. I mean, what do you say?
Yeah, there's nothing to say. There's nothing to say until October at this point. You just, it is what it is. This was probably of the recent games or recent playoff series we've seen at home, this one probably has to be the worst because they repeatedly this weekend put themselves in a position to do well. And once they were in that position, they decided that in a place to do well was well enough. And that will never happen.
Right. At least last year against Brown, they didn't lead in Game 3. They were trailing. They had to come back in Game 3. This one, they led. In fact, until that fifth goal was scored, they never trailed in this game. They had a 2-goal lead twice in this game. And I did mention when they gave up the second goal, they didn't like success. They get up 3-1, things are looking good, bam, they give up another goal to make it 3-2. And that was late in the second. And even though RPI scored the fourth one, that goal may have been the key goal because Dartmouth was feeling kind of down, and then late in the second they get that goal to close it within one, even though they give up another one, and then they come out in the third period. And
that's why I said it. That's why I said RPI will never win this game on points, and that's pretty much what they tried to do. They wanted to ease their way out of this one and just get out of here with the victory. And you can't do that when you're facing a team that has its back up against the wall. RPI didn't have its back up against the wall until there were 2 minutes left, and by that time, not enough time to do anything about it. They didn't, even when they were tied, they didn't play like they had their backs up against the wall. And I'm just, eventually you're at a loss for words for happening over and over and over and over again.